Hey guys, Hippopotamus here. Now that we're at the gameplay part of the Kassadin video, let's see what the team setup's going to be. It's going to be Kassadin as me, Hippopotamus, or Hippo XXX, and we're going to have a Shen, Riven, Caitlyn, and Fiddlesticks versus a Brand, Sona, Gangplank, Kog'Maw, and Amumu in the jungle. And sorry about the skip here. I believe when I was recording this video, I recorded it right during the loading screen, so that would explain the skipping right now. But nonetheless, I didn't miss out on too much of the action going on, besides that early game CV there. But looks like I am going to be grabbing boots, 2 health potions, or candy corn nowadays since it's Halloween time, and 1 mana encrusted apple. And I like to start off with boots as Kassadin first, because it really allows me to harass effectively early game, and especially against Brand, who is pretty much all skill shots early game. It'll be really helpful to be able to avoid his skill shots with as much speed as I can, or have as much speed. But anyways, let's see what else. Looks like Shen and Caitlyn are guarding my friend Dr. Pibex in jungle. Let's see what they got. Fiddle, Tome, Health Potion. Shen, Regrowth Pendant, probably going for that early Mogs. Caitlyn, Blade, Riven, Garden, Lizard, and Wraiths with me. Got boots and 3 health potions. But without further ado, the game has begun, so gotta wait for the pumpkin-headed creeps to come down. And let's see here. What do we got? Who am I going up against today? Brand with Teleport and Flash. It looks like he was leashing for Amumu there, so let's see. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get as many last hits as possible, which against the ranged mid might seem a little bit difficult, but with the boots it really allows me to dodge his Pillar of Flame, as I did right there. But boots aren't the only way to go. Like, I see Meki Pendant, 2 health potions, or Doran's Ring work just as effectively. It's just I don't need as much mana regen because of my seals give me quite enough. As you can see right now I have around 12, so I'm able to spam Null Sphere quite effectively. And right there he hits me with the Conflagulate, but no big deal. Just trying to get my last hits in, and going to launch Null Sphere at him again. He conflags, so I'm going to pop Health Potion here. I'll probably stack 2 because I'm around at half health, but probably the most important thing early game is to use your Null Sphere abusively, and always as any caster, no matter who you are, go for last hits. It'll really supplement your game, and the AP casters should always have either the 2nd or the 3rd highest, at least, on the creep score. And as you can see here, I'm the 4th highest, so I'm pretty much slacking right now. But I'm trying to get as many last hits as I can while still trying to keep Brand zoned away from our creeps, which I'm doing an alright job, considering he did get a Doran's Ring first, so he won't have any way of healing himself, which works to my advantage a lot, because early game harassment is my specialty in mid. And occasionally I like to drop Null Spheres on creeps, just to keep my mana down a little bit, but if I can't get close enough, or is he going to launch a pillar at me, I can just launch a sphere instead of actually going for the last hit. But get a Force Pulse off on him. He does stun me, but I notice he's getting low now. I'm going to pop both my potions, and this is where I'm going to probably take it to him, because he's at less than half. He doesn't have any mana left. I'm going to launch a sphere. Notice he's still got a decent amount of health, so I'm going to back off. Creeps are on me, but going to get a couple more last hits. Just waiting for him to peek out one more time. Waiting, and let's see, get another good sphere off. Amumu does come in though, So I'm going to try to get out of there as soon as possible. Don't go to the right because I assume he's going to bandage toss. Although I do get a good sphere on. Flash in, ignite. And I did dive for the kill, so as expected I will go down here. But I believe this is my only death in the game. But giving it to the jungle, I'm not too concerned about necessarily, because Amumu getting a little bit of feed in the jungle isn't the end of the world for me, and giving me a kill is really, really nice early on in the game. Because as you can see, I picked up 2 more health potions. I decided to get my Sorcerer shoes instead of going for my Mana Crystal, going for that tier. But in this game, I decided if I'm a little bit faster than what I am now, I'll just be able to just completely annihilate Brandon mid. And generally speaking, what I like to do is I get regular boots first, and then I'll build a tier, and then after I build my tier, I will build my Catalyst into Rod of Ages. And then the reason why I don't build tier into Archangel Staff right away is because tier takes a while for it to build up. As you can see, tier, you get 4 mana per stack of you get 4 mana per cast, and that stacks up to 1,000 mana. So really, if you go straight to upgrade Archangel Staff, you're not getting as much AP as you could be getting if you waited and then just built your Catalyst into a Rod of Ages. Generally speaking, for build, I like to get Sorcerer shoes, Rod of Ages, 2 Archangel Staffs, I believe, yeah, and then a Rabadon's Deathcap, and proceeding with a Zhonya's Hourglass. This will give me a high amount of ability power and will really, really allow me to focus on doing what Kassadin does best, which is picking off the squishy champions on your team. But I see Gangplank's relatively pushing far on Riven. I ping Riven, tell her to go in. I'm going to flash in with Riftwalk. Then I'm going to silence Force Pulse. And I see him flash away, but he has no way of getting out. Riven exhausts him. I launch my Null Sphere and then do a Riftwalk on top of him. And thanks to GP not warding, I was able to perfectly pull off that gank. And luckily for us, worked out very well. I'm going to go back here and probably pick up, going to pick up my Meki Pendant, another couple potions. I've noticed potions seem to help Kassadin a lot during the early game, especially if you're not going like a high mana regeneration build right off the bat. But looks like Fiddle goes down, but he picks up the Kog'Maw kill. And he's got a Soul Stealer, so I think he still has 1 stack. Yeah, so he's doing alright. Here I go, I'm going to flash in, try to get a good Null Sphere combo on him. And what you want to do is you want to Riftwalk in once to get close to the enemy. You want to Null Sphere and Force Pulse and then just walk away. Because Brand won't have enough reaction time to be able to respond fast enough. And the 1.4 second stun, not 1.4 second silence, will allow me to get out without being hit by a quick pillar or a quick spear. And as you can see, it goes up by 0.4 seconds per rank. So really, really helps to have Null Sphere up and maxed first. And then I like to max Force Pulse, and then I like to grab Nether Blade afterwards. I would, however, recommend a rank of Nether Blade around level 3 or level 4 because it really allows you to get a lot of mana back. As you can see, you get 8 mana back per hit, and then 24 if you're able to hit a champion. And that's almost like a third of what you cost to cast a spell. But as you can see here, I'm kind of waiting in the bush to see if Brand will push out because I see Riven coming to help me gank mid, but to no avail. Brand decides to chill back. He knows what's up. He's got barely enough money for just his boots and his Dorn's ring, so I'm way ahead when it comes to farm because of the 2 kills I got. My creep score is abysmal, sadly, but luckily for me, Kassadin is an amazing ganker, so kind of supplement the loss of creeps there. He does hit me with a seer though, so I'm going to back off a little bit, waiting for him to poke out a little bit more so I can do my Rift Walk, Force Pulse, Null Sphere combo, because as you can see I just got my Force Pulse available. Gonna pop my health potion, sorry. I'm just all over the place today. But I did land the QE combo on him, so I'm just gonna chill back, wait for the creeps to push me on the tower. Apparently Gangplank says report Amumu because he's a baddie. Which happens a lot for the jungler. People, if they don't get a gank right away, people will just yell and yell and yell until you gank, and it's just, I don't know. For me, jungling has just always been a nightmare. I never liked it, but I will do it if my team asks me nicely to do it, and if I can get a nice good leash at the beginning, then I'll be more than happy to. I just don't have the main two jungling champions that I'd want to jungle with. I don't have Lee Sin or Nocturne, so I usually end up just jungling with Warwick or Gangplank, but nonetheless, I get a good QE combo off. As you can see, it took him down around a fifth or a quarter of his health. So I just want to stick to this high harassment right now. I see he did pick up a Negatron Cloak though, so I'm not going to be doing as much damage. As you can see, he does have 44% magic damage reduction. So I'm not going to be able to do much to him at all, let alone kill him anytime soon. But I see Fiddle coming in. Good call, gets a good fear off. Life drain, I do ignite him. And I do get the late bubble on Shen. I did not notice that. And I do apologize, because if I would have known Shen's ult was up, I would have probably stayed in and tried to get a good Netherblade hit on him. Or, never mind, a good Null Sphere, because I've yet to grab Netherblade. But I do decide I am low health, I don't have enough mana, so I'm going to get a couple last hits, and then I'm going to go back, because I see Bran did go back, so I'm going to get as many creep kills as I can. And see Fiddle, he pings here for some reason. I think he sees someone coming in, but I don't see anything going on. Bran's coming back to lane. He does flash, and I get away with very, very little health. But luckily for me, he does waste his ult, and that was the first time him using it, so it was a win-win for me. Luckily, since the creeps didn't bounce the Cataclysm, or not the Cataclysm, the Pyroclasm back to me, or else I would have definitely been dead. But I do go back, I get my Tear of the Goddess and my Mana Crystal for my Catalyst of the Protector. And what I like to do is, during the base, I like to travel with Rift Walk, rank 1. And as you can see, I wait till the stack to go away so I don't waste any unnecessary mana. And with this, it allows me to build up a good amount of Tear of the Goddess stacks early on. And what's also good is always pop Netherblade when you're traveling, unless you're going to be going into combat within the duration of the cooldown, because it's low mana cost and it really helps. Here I blink onto Brand. Shen barely misses his taunt, but nonetheless I pick up a good kill with my Rift Walk Force Pulse, and we both get out alive, which is perfect. And Gangplank's continually just bashing on Amumu, which Amumu didn't do too bad this game, I don't think. He's just kind of sitting back, but he's not playing too aggressive of a jungle, as Gangplank probably wants him to be. But I can't blame Amumu. He doesn't say anything really this game that I remember. So looks like, since we know there's two of them mid, we're gonna get Dragon right now. I'm just protecting Dragon.